Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite hobbies in sports, which is softball. Softball overall is a very fast-paced sport. It involves throwing, running, hitting, and you have to be able to make really quick decisions in a timely manner. And um, although it might be seen as mainly a physical sport, there's a lot of things that go on in your brain, and you actually have to have every single part of your brain active in order to play the sport. Through this video, I will talk about how the four parts of the brain all work together, and those are the frontal lobe, occipital lobe, parietal lobe, and temporal lobe, and how they can help everybody play softball. First, we're going to talk about the frontal lobe. This part of the brain is responsible for decision making, planning, and learning, and controlling movement. One example of this is when you are picking up a bat and you're going to swing. Your frontal lobe helps make you decide if you're going to swing and like what pitch you're going to swing at, or if that's a ball or a strike, what to do. And yeah, at the end of the day, it basically helps you make smart choices when you're going up and you're hitting, or if you're fielding, if you're getting a ball and you're going to first. Next up is the occipital lobe, which goes through and controls vision. And that's one of the senses I mainly focus on, because you need to see and control everything in order to activate the other parts of your brain, and in order just to play softball correctly and fairly and not get hurt. It's extremely important overall, especially when you need to hit or field a ground ball, or even catch one. One thing that really goes for it is if you're tracking a ball. Again, if you're going through hitting, you need to be able to see the ball in order to track it, in order to have that decision making from the frontal lobe as well. Overall, it's just really, it's needed when you're playing on the field anywhere. The third part of the brain is the parietal lobe, which goes through and helps with different understandings around space and where the body may or may not be. It's really important, especially if you're going and you're running the bases and you are aware of the space around you and when you need to slide in, when you need to stand up so you don't trip or fall or you don't go over a base. It's also really important in other factors as well, but that's my big example of that. And lastly, the final part of the brain is the temporal lobe. This is involved in memory and understanding sounds, and this is also really important whenever you're playing, because your memory helps you understand plays and different what you need to do in certain scenarios, which is all about when you're base running or when you're fielding a ball. If you're a catcher and somebody's stealing on you, you need to throw down. That's part of your memory. And listening to the coaches talking to you, to your players in infield communication, to cheers, it all makes a big difference. Long story short, even though softball may just seem like a physical sport, it depends on every single part of the brain, and they all have to work together.